Hi everybody. Pardon my crazy hairdo. But what I want to show you is not my hair, of course. I have to put my hair up because I don't know how everybody else is when they're doing their intarsia or knitting. That your hair seems to get, my hair is getting long, so it seems to be getting in my way. So I need to put my hair up, okay? And that's what I did. I put my hair up so it wouldn't be in my way. Okay, what do I want to show you? I am so excited to show you how I learned how to do intarsia because it was one of the hardest things for me to comprehend. Don't ask me why, but everybody's brain works differently. That's something we should all know, that we don't all process the information the same, and that's what makes it very unique. So I'm going to show you a small little video on how to do intarsia on your LK150, and it can be done on the LK100 as well. But because I have the yarn available for the LK150, let's go with the 150. So I'm going to turn the camera around. Let's see. Hopefully that's good for me to see. So with intarsia, you will need whatever colors you're going to be working with. But since this is going to be a very small project, I'm going to pull out a whole bunch of colors. Okay? My glasses. Actually, they're magnifying glasses. So I'm going to bring out this little, somebody gave me this. It's just right for my little tools. I have what I need right here. Mostly my weights and other carriages that I have. So the first thing you're going to do, of course, is thread your machine. Just thread it. I've shown you how to do that. Okay. And I'm going to pull out just a few needles. So let's just take it out to make this very small project. I'm taking out 20, no more than 20 needles, because I don't want to over bombard you with a whole bunch of information and confusion in any way, shape, or form. So you're going to first cast on a regular wrap, or whichever way you like to cast on. Okay, everybody has to cast on differently. Some people use the crochet, cast on. Some people like to do just a quick cast on, and other people like me like to do the wrap. So I'm going to okay, and I have 20. I'm using 20 stitches for 20 needles. Okay. The next thing you have to do, first you're going to put some weights on your selected needle and your selected stitches. And of course, I'm going to use a light color, so you can see that. The next thing I have to do is get my carriage and place it across. I might have it at the highest tension because this is a thick yarn. So the first ones are always the hardest to go with. Okay, I'm going to put my sleeves up on my sweater. It's pretty cold over here, so that's why I'm wearing this jacket. Well, this is a fleece jacket, so it's cold. So I'm going to start off with opposite 10 rows. And that's my little kitty. She's crying. She's trying to get my attention. And I'm creating 10, so this way when I start doing the intarsia, you can see what I'm doing. So let's take out the yarn from the tension rod. That's the first thing we have to do. So we're going to remove that off of the tension. Okay, that's off of there. Get off here. And it's really simple to take it off of this right here. Okay, the first thing you have to do is go like that, and throw it around, and it comes out really easily. That was hard for me to learn how to do as well. But once you start learning, it's easy breezy. So now we're going to remove the LK150 carriage. And we're going to bring out the AG10 carriage, and my tension is at number 7. So I'm going to put that there. Your yarn should be on the, or comb, or whatever you're using, should be on the floor. The first thing you want to do is take your carriage and place it on the left-hand side. And the reason being is you want the needles that are in the B position to now go into C position. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, my carriage, the AG, has already moved all the needles where I need it on the C position. Now if you just want to create stockinette, all you do is place your yarn over to the left, making sure that all your needles are open. That is the most important thing, that all the latches are open. If they're not, you're going to drop stitches. So now take your carriage and just run it across. You've created your first intarsia. Now take your yarn. Now you're going to go to the right. Take a look. Make sure all your needles are open. The latches are all open. And run that across. So now, what do you want to do? You want to add some other color. So I'm going to get this blue, and I want to take the meat yarn and place it in the center, just like that. Make sure you go to the right. You're going to take the secondary color, and the end is going in the center, and the longer part, the center, this is the end yarn. You want that just like that. That was probably the hardest thing for me to understand. Get a clothespin or something to hold that down, like so. And now carefully go to your right. You've added your first yarn on your AG10 or AG11, and now you can proceed to do some intarsia. So now that you've got your yarn there, let me take this yarn and place it. So I don't see it, I'm taking and place it away like that, behind like that, so I can just see these. So don't worry about that yarn, that's already been used. You can actually take this yarn if you want, do that now. I'll show you right now what I will do. I will take this yarn, place it like this, and then a needle, and then just give it a nice little tie like that. now I close that up. Now I can take my scissors, or get my scissors, and just trim that. You don't need that anymore. Okay? Now you can just see these and you don't have to worry about that. So you're going to get your blue yarn or the second yarn and you're going to overlap it like that. In the second, we were in the center. Now you're going to skip that needle, or you can actually go back in the center. Let me just go back in the center where we started. Pick up your white yarn and cross it over like so. Okay. I'm actually picking up that other yarn, and I'm going to try to like weave it in so it doesn't hang. Not that easy. Hopefully that'll pick up like that. Now hold on to those two yarns, not real tight, but just enough tautness that you're going to feel it move the yarn. Go across. That yarn got woven inside that little small piece. Now you've done your second row. You're going to take your white yarn, overlap it in the center again, cross the blue yarn over. You notice I have that in my hands. I'm not holding on it, but you will feel the yarn move. Okay, make sure your latches are open. Okay, take the blue yarn, place it. Now you can start moving it to another needle. And then you're going to cross your first color over. Do the same thing again. Take that yarn, place it on the second needle. You can start moving it carefully over. Take your yarn. Oh, my latch did not close, and I did not pay attention. So you have to really keep an eye on those latches. But I can pick it up since I found it just in time. And that makes you drop stitches, just to let you know. Okay, so now let's pick up the blue thread, overlap it, take the white thread, and wrap it in your first color. And you carry it across, bring your first color over. I don't know if you noticed, but I am just moving the yarn across. Bringing the blue over to the next needle. First color over and cross it over with the blue. Oops, you have to notice that when you make a mistake, I missed the needle. I don't know how to get that down. Keep an eye on here, making sure all your needles and latches are open. And again, this yarn, you're going to feel it move. So that's why you don't want to hold tight on it. Move the yarn over to the next needle. This way you're creating a pattern. Move the yarn, first yarn over to the next needle, and then move it, the blue over across, or your secondary color. Take your secondary color, move it over to the next needle, take your first color and move it over to the, cross it over. Just pulling too tight, and I did not check the latches. And when you don't have the latches open, you tend to drop stitches. And I did not pay attention. I was very confident with caught that, but I didn't. Just to let you know, you can drop stitches as long as you catch them in time. That's the main thing, is catching them in time and then noticing it at the last minute. Oh no, I dropped stitches. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to which is okay because I dropped them. Bring this back open the latches. I have a tool. You can use an old credit card, something sharp, even the end of your transfer tool. And I need to open up my latches, making sure they're all open and they're open. So now I'm going to bring that yarn, first yarn over, cross the secondary yarn over it, and then yarn straight across. Yeah. I need better lighting because I did it again, dropped the same 3 stitches, but I caught them in time again. Now I'm going towards, the blue is going all the way to the end. And then now I'm crossing over the first one. And I better double check. Okay. There, you got them all. Now I want to bringing my yarn 2 needles over, bringing the blue across it. I'm going to take the blue yarn, go to the 3rd needle to the right, bring the first color and cross it over. Let's see. This one goes this way to the 3rd needle, and like that. Gotta always make sure they're going one direction. And sometimes you can, occasionally, that's a whole different video. Oops, let me use my weights. So now we're starting to move the yarn back. So we're going to go to the 4th needle, cross the blue yarn over, take your blue yarn, go to the 5th needle, towards the right, take your white yarn and go those 5 needles to the right for your first color. And you drop stitches again. I can't see very good. The lighting is very good in here. And better to catch them almost to it. That's probably one things I can't see really good is when I drop, when I have the latches. My true light I need to buy a new bulb for it. So my true light, I always have the true light in here. The light bulb will not on it. It's really good to have a very good lighting so you can see when you're not crossing the correct, when you're not having the latches open. I can fix that with the light bulb. And I've got them all back on track. And wait on that. Okay, so now we're going to cross over with my latches. I can see they're not open. I'm going to cross over 6 needles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the secondary colors crossing right over them. And I forgot to yarn over on the first. Okay, good. Take your secondary color and go to the 7th needle from the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Get your first color and cross it over. First color is going to go to the 8th needle, going to the left. Your secondary to the left gets crossed over. Your secondary color is going to the 8th needle, going from the left to the right. You're going to pick up your first color in the 8th needle, cross it over from the 8th to the right. 8th needle to the right. And now we're moving the first yarn to the 9th needle to the left. Pick up your secondary color and cross it over. I don't know if you can see that, but I've already am creating like a V. So now I'm going to the second yarn, crossing over to the 10th needle, picking up the first color and crossing it over. And they're going one direction. They're going to the right. They're yarns. I'm picking up the first color, going to the 11th needle to my left, pick up the secondary color and just cross it over and take it to the left. Pick up your secondary color, go to the 12th needle, use the first yarn and cross it over to the right. So they're both going towards the right. And we're going to do this. We're going to the 13th needle to the left. The blue is crossing over on the 13th. And now you go another carriage to the left. Your secondary color, you're going to be 1, 2, 3, that's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Going to the 15th needle to the left and crossing over the blue to the left. Trying to keep it lucky you can go 16th, 17th, 20th to 16th needle and crossing over again to the right. Connect your yarn. 18, and then crossing over. Going to 19th needle and crossing over. Going all the way to the 20th, and then to cross over like that. Look at that. Intarsia done. And everything is always done in sequence. And that's the main thing to remember. I was intimidated by this machine. I know a lot of people can get intimidated, and it is challenging, but once you get the concept, believe me, you are going to want to constantly just practice, practice, practice. Get a little swatch out, practice. You're going to drop stitches. Pick them up before they fall down. Catch your mistakes, in other words, before they are bigger mistakes. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take this off of the carriage. And since I have nothing holding it, I can just pull this down and it's off. And look at that. Intarsia. Simple, easy, easy. Oh, I forgot to show you something. Oh my goodness. No problem. Let's do it now. Let's see if I can get this all back on here. I wanted to show you something else. Hopefully I don't drop all the stitches. Just get it under. Okay. I wanted to show you how you can this is one of your little samples so you can practice. Thank you for bearing with me while I make mistakes. Just brings two stitches in. All of the latches are open. Good. Okay, so let's take the glue. We have to go careful. Glue goes this way. Nope, they're not. So we stopped actually on the left hand, but I ran it across because I took the stitches off. So remember, we're going to go back where this yarn is at, which is on the left. First, just place that secondary color across. I don't know what I did wrong. As long as you can release that carriage off, it's going to be okay. Without ironing it and looking at it. Okay, so let's do this again. Let's go up. Easy peasy, right? A few of them dropped, a lot of them dropped. Oh, I know what the remedy is. I have no weight to hold it and keep it in place. So, and I apologize again. Like I said, I make mistakes a lot. And this is how I learn how to fix my mistakes. It's better to see them than for me to just pause it like I do sometimes. I'm going to take this and place it back. If you have no bolt on here, they're going to jump off. And you see them start to stop. You know it now. So make sure all the latches, and I just close the latches. Okay. So all my latches are open. Except for one. All the latches are open. Let's get the secondary yarn and go off. Done. Okay. Okay, now we want to trying to think. This before, and then, oh. Stripes, I mean. This is so much fun because you know how hard it is when you're adding. You have to part your yarn back there, and this is so much easier. So much easier. Look at that. You just have to make sure that your latches are. Oops, that was me. Just make sure that your latches are. So that's how we have and switch over yarn. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? I've just been really excited when I learned how to do this. So now I can take it off of the camera. Now I can show you. You can add as many of the blue, many of the pink. You can go one white, one blue, and create a beautiful design. Just, I really challenged myself to learn how to do that, and I love how simple that looked. Look at that. Tarzan. I hope that helped you. Have a wonderful day, and thank you for joining me again.